So, you've decided to embody your best self. You've decided that you are done with the old and now you're welcoming a new way of being. You've shed everything that you need to shed, and now you're at your new beginning. And the question is, now what? Hi, my name is Kelly, and welcome to Being Kelly. This is a channel where I am personally embodying my best self, and I'm healing out loud, shedding old ways of being, and just embracing my best self. And so this video is actually a reflection, and I'm also going to be doing my nails. I bought a few press-ons. So I'm going to be doing my nails while I chat to you guys about the experience and how it's been, because I did a 31-day transformation in January, and I want to talk about it and also get my nails did. So let's get into it. All right. Ooh. A little filer, but I'm not going to use it. So before I do anything, I'm just going to start by measuring the sizes first to make sure I get the right size. And then, but while I do that, let's talk about this. I did a 31-day transformation. I did yoga every single day for 31 days. And transformative is an understatement of what that experience was. I am no longer who I was before. So if you know me, come at me correct, because I might not be the same person I was before. So yeah, this journey for me has been more about not people pleasing anymore. I'm done with that life. I'm no longer a people pleaser, so yeah, we're good. We're done. I'm just going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to embrace a life that brings me joy. I'm going to embrace, I already am. What am I talking about? And that's the thing about a transformation. Just because you did it 31 days doesn't mean your life is all of a sudden like transformed and your old ways of being don't come and creep up on you. Ooh, this one's a little too small. Oh, or not. Oh, this one's not perfect. So yeah, just because an old way of being is an old way of being doesn't mean it won't creep up on you. Trust me, it will. And the only reason why it does is because the universe just wants to test and see if you're really real about this change, if you're really committed to your new way of being. And so if you are, then you pass the test. Then it's not so stressful. So day one, actually, let me tell you about the yoga thing. I really enjoyed doing yoga every day. I felt like it was a lot of fun. One thing about me is when I set a goal, I make sure I execute it, because I am that girl. I love myself, okay? And that's all I need to know. And that's all you need to know. And doing something with the basis or the foundation of love is really the best way to go about it, because let me tell you something. It forms some sort of devotion to yourself. It's no longer a chore to show up for yourself. Instead, it's just a new way of being. It's just a new way of being. So yeah, I was dedicated. It didn't mean a thing. I would wake up every morning and just roll out my mat and do it. It didn't matter how or what was happening around me. All I knew was that I'm going to dedicate my morning to myself, because I deserve that. And I've been on a mindfulness journey for about, is this 3 years now? I think 3 years now. And I am taking life moment by moment. And when I do that, it makes things more appreciative. It magnifies the present moment, we are often pushed by time, which was man-made, by the way, you know, and we pressure ourselves to accomplish things in a certain period of time. But when you live in the moment, you recognize that this is all you have. The power is in the moment. The power is right now. And so, yeah, I took in every day like that. Like, this is the moment that I have. I'm going to take control of it and I'm going to do my best. And so that part was easy. I started unblocking my chakras. And let me tell you, I discovered so many things about myself that, yeah, if you have a hard time seeing your shadow, it's going to be more difficult if you harden yourself while uncovering them. And I learned very, very quickly that grace and love will help you push through, will help you overcome what you feel like is a blockage. And so every time I was met with a blockage, I sat down with myself and offered myself a safe space filled with love and grace, and just spoke or journaled my way through it. So we started with the root chakra, which is feeling safe. When I tell you that I didn't feel safe for a while. I don't feel like I belonged here on earth. I didn't feel like I had space. And it was a hard realization, but at the same time, it was an opportunity for me to do something about it, you know? It was a chance for me to show up for myself and just do my best and be my best. And yeah, so that's what happened. I showed up every day, became my best. And your best doesn't have to have a certain picture. Your best is doing the most that you can with what you have in that moment. And so I realized pretty quickly that embodying your best self is actually easy work, because yes, we have this lavish picture of how we want to be, but it's very important to remember that you have to start. And a beginning looks like nothing. It's like planting a seed. Once you've planted the seed, you can no longer see the seed. And even if you wake up tomorrow after a rainy night and a warm summer's morning, you won't see the results, because everything takes time. Okay, I think I found all my sizes about all this chatting, so we can get to work. Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying actually? Did I forget what I was trying to say? Oh, the seed. So you plant your seed and you nurture it. You let it grow. And it's often in the nothingness that we let anxiety creep in. We let our old thoughts creep in. We let the ego have a chat with us, you know, and say, remember what happened when you tried something new last time? How did that work out? Remember how bad you embarrassed yourself when you posted that first video? So cringe. And I decided to shut out that negative noise and turn up the volume of my loving, kind, and gracious self. And she said to me, Kelly, you are doing the best you can. You are the most powerful person that you know, because you create your reality. What? I create my reality? Hold up. Are you trying to say that the power is in my hands and no one else's? Okay. See, that realization right there, it's changed everything for me. I realized that it's okay to feel safe. The fact that you're here on earth means there's a place for you here. The fact that you're here on earth means you have a purpose. The fact that you're here on earth means anything and everything that you desire and that you want already exists here. You're not going to take anything from anybody else. That's why they always say, what's yours will always be yours. What's yours will always find you. And that's when you actually go around looking for it. Well, not really looking for it, but embodying it. So I started integrating that. I started feeling safe on earth because I realized the abundant nature of Mother Nature. I saw her in her seasons and how she functions along with nature, and it was beautiful. It was easy. It was a flow, you know. It made me realize that, oh, okay, that's why there's seasons. That's why there's days and nights. It's because everything has a time. Every single thing has a time. So, but the time is not linear. It's not as linear as the time that we created. Time is different. So as a human, you can slow time, you can slow down time, you can speed it up, you can stop time. And how might you do that? You can speed up time by rushing yourself to accomplish things by a certain age due to society standards. Or you can slow down time by deciding, you know what, I'm just not going to do nothing for a while. I'm just going to live at a slow pace. And that's how you slow down time. So I decided, okay, I'm going to take every moment as it comes. I'm going to embrace every moment as it comes. And as every trigger came up, I met it with love. I met it with grace. And I started feeling worthy of being here on earth and living the life that I desire. And then I moved to my sacred chakra, which deals with the sacredness of being, with creation, creativity, and desire. And so, growing up Christian, I grew up feeling very guilty, you know, of my way of my sexuality as a woman. Church will have a way of making you feel or seem like what you do needs to be a certain way, and if you don't do it that certain way, then you're a sinner. You're no good. You need work. And so what I did was I stepped into my desires. I decided that, you know what? I deserve the life that I want to live. I deserve to have desires. It's okay to want something good for myself. And then it clicked to me that desires are your guides. Without desires, how would you know what you want to do for yourself? How would you know? Oh, this is blue, by the way. How would you know what you truly deserve? How would you know what's best for you if you don't have desires? Or if you shut down your desires, how will you get to your goal? How will you get to your dream life? You can't. And so your desires need to be loud. But how do I go about really recognizing my desires? Easy. What do you like? If that's a little too difficult, start with what you don't like. What don't you like? What makes you uncomfortable? What makes you uneasy? And then what brings you ease? What makes you feel good? Then you tap into that. And then we moved to the solar plexus, the center of creativity. I'm a creative. I'm an artist. I sing. I also like coloring in. Like, I love any type of art. And so yoga was a form of art as well for me, a way to connect with my body, a way to ground myself, a way to tap into my desires, and a way to get creative. So I got creative, guys. I started a YouTube channel. Hello, that's where you at right now. And if you're here and you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. Like, please stay. I mean, this is only the beginning, so we're unfolding as we go. It's like a flower blooming. I promise you, it's only gonna get more and more beautiful as we go. So you don't want to miss out on, the blossoming of this channel. But if you have subscribed, thank you for being here. I love you so much. You are the absolute best because you keep me going. But at the same time, it's scary. New things are scary. But fear also feels like bravery. Bravery is scary. And so it's important to just push through it. And that's what I did. I journaled more. I tapped into my creative energy. I decided that I'm going to start this channel and commit to it. And so I have. And getting creative has been fun. So after the 31-day transformation, I just didn't know what was next. And so today I just felt like, okay, let's just reflect on it and then talk about it, because what I did was very transformative. What I did was super magical, and I can't not talk about it. And so, yeah, that's why we're here today. So moving along to the heart. Love is the highest vibration, highest form of love. It's the highest vibration. Yes, that's what love is. If love is your foundation, you're more likely to experience the most beautiful things about life. You're more likely to see the beauty in everything. And so I moved with love. It helped me realize that I needed to let go of my old self with love, because she did the best she could. She showed up the way she felt like was her best. And I can't be hard on her for that. I can only love her for that. You know why? Because she is me. She had to be that way in order for me to be who I am today. Sometimes you have to make mistakes. Sometimes you have to make those stupid decisions that you look back on and you're like, why did I do that? Why? In order for you to look back, love yourself through it, and do way better moving forward. I really thought putting in my nails and talking to you guys would be easy, and it's kind of not, but I'm 2 nails in. So let's keep it going. So everything is with love. I unblocked my root, my sacral, my solar, and my heart with love. And that's what love does. It opens doors. Love helps you illuminate the darkest places in your life. And it makes you see that life is really not that bad. And so when you begin to love yourself and you begin to move with love, you start attracting people who vibrate on the same frequency. So if you don't necessarily love yourself, you'll find yourself in narcissistic relationships, in one-sided friendships or relationships, in spaces where you have to people please your way out of a situation. But if you truly love yourself and you acknowledge who you are, how valuable you are, how worthy you are of your desires, then you start embodying it. Doing my nails today is a self-care practice. That's one of the ways that I show up for myself, an affordable way to show up for myself. And it means a lot to me. And so, with love, I moved with grace. And then we moved to the throat chakra. Throat chakra. Growing up as a kid, I struggled a lot with tonsillitis. And I realized later on in life that another reason why that I might struggle with tonsillitis is because I had a hard time speaking up for myself. I grew up as a Christian where being humble and being a woman that doesn't say too much is admirable. That's what a good girl is. A good girl doesn't dispute things. A good girl agrees. She says yes. She goes with the flow. She just goes with how things are. And it didn't make me happy. It really didn't. And so I struggled a lot with tonsillitis. A lot. I still kind of do. And then when I reached puberty, I also struggled a bit. And then in my late teens, I experienced a thyroid disorder. And it was also because of a depressive time of my life where I had lost my father at the age of 16, and it was a devastating loss because he was my best friend. It was a hard time for me because I couldn't really express how I felt. I'd never felt that pain before, and I can't describe it to this day, but it feels like your heart literally hurts. So it's hard to express yourself. It's hard to say how you feel. And so journaling was my best way to go. I started journaling. I started expressing how I truly felt about me. Oh, this nail keeps falling. It has glue on it. Sorry about that. And then it fell again. So yeah, it was tough expressing myself, expressing how I truly felt. Also growing up as a Christian woman that is not allowed to have a loud mouth, and a lady being someone who doesn't really speak what's on her mind, but thinks not once, not twice, but about 10 times before they say whatever they need to say. I got to a place where I realized that I cannot do that anymore. There's power in my voice. My voice is where my authenticity can be expressed. My voice is where my truth can be heard. And if I keep my truth to myself, then how will that work out for me? I don't think it would. And so I decided, let me start speaking my truth. Those who can handle it will stick around, and those who can't won't. And that's okay. It's okay to start speaking your truth. It's okay if people decide they can't handle it and then leave. Listen, we just opened the heart chakra. So whatever comes out through the throat comes out with love. It comes through love. So I'm not saying if people can't handle your truth, they should go. And I'm not talking to mean people here, you know? I'm not talking to people that constantly want to pull people down. If that's you, I'm not talking about that. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about people who lead with love. I'm talking about people who care about being kind. If you care about being kind, if you care about your wellness and the wellness of this world, then your truth is very important. Your truth needs to be heard. Your authenticity needs to be expressed because it could change somebody's life. It could truly change somebody's life. Think about like your favorite song. Think about your favorite artwork, art piece, or whatever designer thing that you like, or whatever you like. Think about it. If the person who made it had not created it, would you have felt the greatness that you feel when you listen to that song? Would your vibration like rise when you listen to any other song had you not listened to that favorite song? So it's very important, extremely important, that you check in with yourself, check in with your truth, and start speaking it. Because you know what they say? The truth will set you free, and you will be free indeed. So yeah, that's my truth, and this is me practicing my being vocal, you know, being loud and proud about my throat chakra, because I am tired of a sore throat, y'all. I'm tired of holding my tongue when I truly want people to know how I truly feel, because it ends me, like I end up in circles where I'm not supposed to be. When I do things when I half-ass things without doing things wholeheartedly, I will attract half-ass relationships. But if I do things wholeheartedly, I will attract people that do things wholeheartedly, situations that are whole. And so yeah, that was the third for me. Moving on to the third eye. Ooh, the third eye. This was a tricky one for me because intuition was never really my friend. That small, still voice that spoke to you, I always ignored it because the people's opinions were more important to me. Okay, this is the half. I did the one half. We're about to do the other half. I hope you can see it clearly. I hope. So, yeah. I never listened to that small, still voice in me because I always thought people's opinions mattered more. And it was not until I really felt unhappy that I realized, okay, maybe I should listen to the small, still voice, because sometimes it gives me advice, and then when I don't listen to it, I remember that voice and I'm like, oh, yeah, I knew I shouldn't have gone there. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have been in that situation. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have said that. And so how I practice to hear my intuition louder is through silence. I kept it quiet. I listened. Because a lot of the times your mind will preoccupy you with your past experiences. Your mind will preoccupy you with negative circumstances that have scarred you. And now you're still carrying this wound. And it kind of stops you or blocks you from the blessings that you truly deserve and desire. And so I started listening to that little voice. I started letting it guide me. And when I did, it made me realize that the universe is always talking to me. I could literally say, today I want to see a black and yellow butterfly. And I'll go about my day, being in the moment, enjoying my day mindfully. And then I see a black and yellow butterfly. And it's little confirmations like that that make you realize that life is more than just physical. Life is also very spiritual. There are a lot of things that go unseen, but your thoughts and your truth never goes unheard. It never goes unheard. Your desires, your needs, your wants, they never go unheard, the good and the bad. If you complain a lot, the universe will give you more to complain about. If you're grateful, the universe will give you more to be grateful for. And so I started this journey of listening to my inner voice, and it has guided me to a great place. I barely have friends, like friends that I hang out with, on weekends or whatever. I have a man that I love, and he loves me. And so he has become my best self, my best friend, not my best self, my best friend. And the reason why that is because I had gone through a phase of shedding. I let go of people and places that no longer served me, and I spent time in solitude. So much so that I decided I need a reset. And when I made that decision, I decided to amplify my self-care practices, amplify my self-love practices, do more yoga, and wouldn't you know it, my knight in shining armor waltzed into my life and loved me for who I am. And I started to realize that I don't have to do anything outside of me in order to be lovable. I already knew that, okay, before he came through, let's just put it out there. But he mirrored that. And the universe will always mirror who you are. If you're filled with love, the people around you will be filled with love. If you're a compassionate person, the universe will give you compassion. If you're gracious, you're more likely to have more grace in your life. And so he became the reflection of that. Not only him, but my relationship with my mother as well. became a true reflection of that. I'm sorry, y'all. I just keep dropping these things, and yeah, it's frustrating. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, so we're moving to the left hand, and I'm left-handed, so working with the right hand is kind of tricky. I'm gonna be patient with myself. This is your chance to practice patience too, because this might take some time. So, in order for you to attract things that you truly want, you have to be who you want to be. You have to find things to be grateful for. You have to wake up in the morning in a place of gratitude. Think about 3 things that you're grateful for and remind yourself of them as you go about your day. I promise you, it works. And when you do that and you step outside, the universe gives you more things to be grateful and happy for. Then we moved to the crown chakra. I never thought in my life that I would learn about the crown chakra and what it's about. And it made me realize how there's so many things that go unseen. There are so many things that go beyond the physical that play a huge aspect in life. Just because things are not tangible and in your sight doesn't mean it's not there. The same goes for your journey. Same goes for your dreams. When you're going after something and you don't see the evidence just as yet, it doesn't mean spirit is not working. If you see your friends accomplishing things at a rapid pace more than you are, it doesn't mean nothing's happening for you. Our journeys are different. We're all unique. And so you have to embrace your journey for what it is. So the crown chakra for me is the knowing. The knowing. You have to stop believing and start knowing. Because no one knows your truth except you. No one truly knows your desires except you. So step into your knowing. Tap into what you do know. And how you can do that is by journaling. Ask yourself a question about something that you know, that you don't really have to think about. And after writing out that question, write out the answer and just flow. The minute you start thinking, then you're not using your intuition. You're now letting the ego play a role. What I'm saying is flow. Be in a flow state. Start to live in the knowing. Know that you deserve a life that you desire. Know that you're worthy of love. Know that you're worthy of being here. Know that just because you exist, you have a purpose. So tap into that knowing. So I've tapped into the knowing, and I've literally been unblocking my chakras. But the truth is, this is truly just the beginning. This is really just the beginning. It doesn't end here. It's a constant practice. It's something you do almost every day because it's who you are now. You know, I am safe. I'm worthy of my desires. I am creative. I love myself. I speak and express my truth. I follow the guidance of my intuition, and I know that every single desire that I have is well laid out for me, ready for me to step into it. And another thing, make sure you are in the vibrational frequency of your desires. Sometimes we be wishing and wanting for things, but we're not even ready for them. It's like wanting a car and not having a learner's permit. The universe wants to give you the car, but how can it do that if you don't have the qualifications for it? You know what I mean? And so that's how life is. you're not just a creator but a co-creator. There's a limitless source that is with you the entire time. Even when you feel alone, there's a limitless source that is waiting for you to dream big, that is waiting for you to realize your true power and to step into it. And then, only then, will it give you your heart's desire. Don't ever catch yourself slipping. Don't ever catch yourself sleeping on yourself. I think society has programmed us in a certain way that we realize that it doesn't serve all of us. Some people might have become successful in this way of being, but not all of us are the same. We're not all meant to follow a certain path. Some of us are supposed to create new paths for other people to walk through. And I've come to realize that maybe I'm one of those people. I always have a unique perspective, which is different from others, which is why I was scared to always express myself. And I've always seen life differently, seen it in a different light. And even in the most negative circumstances, I'll always find a positive thought. And I'll always be optimistic about something. I used to think I was weird for this, but now I realize that my optimism has gotten me through the most traumatic times and the most toughest times of my life. And so I'm grateful. And so, yeah, this is it. I'm almost done. I'm at the last nail. I managed to do it. This is my first video of me speaking and working through something. And listen, it's not as easy as it looks. For all these beauty influencers that work and do their makeup and chat and drop gems at the same time, I just want to take this moment to acknowledge you, because this is not for the weak. This is not for the weak. One thing about me, I am not weak either. And so, boom, we're at the last nail. I did it too. I did it. Yay. All right. I'm done. And so, yeah, the new journey begins. It's an everyday thing. I cannot for the life of me sleep on myself anymore. I cannot for the life of me not express my truth. I cannot not be creative. I have to express myself freely. I have to step into my authenticity. I have to embrace this new way of being, because this is what my dream is. Being my best self. Doing things that make me happy. Valuing my opinion and my truth as the truth. And stop looking outside and comparing myself with other people. The grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. And you know, I'm gonna quote the best bar said by J. Cole. There's no such thing as a life that is better than yours. My nails are done. And she's cute. And yeah, so I just wanted to leave you with that. Step into your authenticity. The world is dying to meet you. Your authenticity, your truth, your creativity, your expression could save someone's life. And so don't be afraid. Don't hold back anymore. It's not worth it. Truly step into your purpose and watch life unfold beautifully. Watch life unfold miraculously. Because you yourself are a miracle. You are a gem in this world. You're not just here to just go through life, but you're here to bless people by being. The only way you can do that is to step into your authenticity. I know you can do it. I'm doing it, and I'm just fine. I'm just fine. I'm just Bye. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I appreciate you for being here and for watching this journey unfold. I know one day I'm going to look back at this and be so proud of myself because I am constantly being. You're not a human was, you're not a human became, you're not a human becoming, you're a human being. Your power is in the now. So take this moment from now on and put your best foot forward. You're worth it. All right then. Bye.